Adam, on the eve of your departure for KwaZulu-Natal, it's an enormous difference from the last escapade that you undertook going to Cape Town with things far more in your favour.
Yeah, look, I'm really happy with the way the horses' preparations have gone into Saturday's meeting. Give me a shot, obviously running in the SA fillies, where I think Princess Kala looks to be the horse that everyone has to beat. Filly that's in really good form at the moment and looks like she'll probably really enjoy the 1200 at Scottsville. Having said that, I think our filly also will enjoy the 12 at Scottsville. For me, I've always been of the opinion 1400 is probably her best trip. She can get away with a mile on the right track or in a mile where everything really goes her way. So it's a testing 12, so I could say it's more or less like a 1300, which she should enjoy. Having said all of that, this is a preparation run for the Garden Province for her, provided she draws well there. With her rating, you know, you're sort of restricted to what type of races you can go. So 90% of the time you're going for these weight for age races with her. Her prep's been spot on, and I think she'll give a good performance.
Okay, then you've got the two big boys. You've got both Bartholdi and, of course, Supreme Warrior. Bartholdi ran well in the Cape Flying Championship. He's a horse that's always seemed to sneak under the radar, but really can mix it with the very best of them on his day. And Supreme Warrior looking a picture of health, and evidently his work has been very good.
Yeah, look, Bartholdi, a runner-up from last year. Also, I'm very happy with the condition that he's coming into the race and the way his work's been in the last 2 weeks. He's in good shape at the moment. I think he'll give a massive run on Saturday. It all depends on really how the race works out and where the pace of the race is, and I think on a course like Scottsville it's always beneficial if you find yourself behind the right amount of speed and something that can pull you through till the right point. Your horse should be very effective later on. So that's out of my hands, but his preparation going into the race has been spot on. Supreme Warrior, he's got a slight issue that we've been working with and we're aware of going into the race. I think that's probably why he hasn't been giving his best performance in the latter part of races and firing up the way he did in his earlier campaigns or start to his career, I could say. But if I had to take that out of mind and look at just the way in which he's working, his work's been exceptional. And if his issue doesn't play a part in the race, I think he could be a runner.
Just going back to Bartholdi, I'm prepared to draw a line straight through his computer form sprint race because all the speed was down the outside of the track. JP, his better judgment was to stay down the inside of the track, and I didn't think that did him any favours.
Yeah, look, he's a horse that sometimes can lack a little bit of early toe, and in the computer form sprint, doing that sort of putting him under pressure to keep him in touch. He didn't really have the opportunity to come across to the outside, whereas the winner, Isivungu Vungu, opted to take a bit of a colder position and move to the outside and make a late run, which suited him. Yeah, look, you know, in hindsight it's an exact science, and maybe it would have been a better option to do that, but that's in the past and we've got to look to the future.
Okay, and Supreme Warrior's prep run, he had a big mass. He got into the race early, got bustled to be in the race early. I don't know whether he was maybe just a little bit ring rusty, but he would appear to be spot on for this one with the work that he's been putting up.
Fitness-wise, work-wise, I'm really happy with his preparation coming into the race. As the public will see, we've put blinkers on him. I've seen a remarkable improvement with him on the track with the blinkers, and if that can just help him to maintain his position without being forced, and everything else works out in our favour, no other issues come to hand, I think be a massive runner.
And travelling with friends as usual, New Turf carriers pick him up tomorrow morning early?
Yeah, look, New Turf do a phenomenal job, which is why we use them. I think they can hold their heads high with the way they transport horses. And my horses, it'll all depend on how they travel as individuals. You know, Bartholdi and Supreme Warrior are generally quite good travellers. Give me a shot, it's a bit of a question mark. Her first time down to KZN last year, where she ran second in the debutante. She actually didn't travel down well, but she still ran second. So being an older horse, a little bit more mature, I'm hoping that she takes the trip down well, because if she does, she could be an effective runner.